Hi, welcome to the first mini episode of Composed Living with Elsa Elbert. That's me. I just wanted to take a few minutes to chat a little bit in more detail about what composed living really means to me and what hopefully you'll get out of this podcast and just following along with our adventures in general across all of our platforms. When I started this business, it was about 7 years ago. And, it's kind of hard to pick a brand name that is short and easy to remember, but also evokes all of the feelings and the values that you want it to. And Composed Living, I thought was perfect for what I wanted, to represent myself and this company. I think a lot about home and the importance of home, not just to me, but I think that's probably a pretty universal feeling. And I think it's very easy for home organization to only reflect the systems and the functionality or even the aesthetics of a minimal, decluttered, you know, sort of Pinterest perfect living space. And that is certainly one part of it. And there's, we'll talk a lot in future episodes about the emotions and the psychology of living in a clutter-free space, and even what the act of decluttering can do to ease anxiety and all of these other things. But really, it's more than that for me. And even when we designed our logo, the lotus, we specifically chose three different branches or three different leaves of that flower so that we could have home organization as one facet of what we're focused on. The other two, being mind and body, or spirit and body, however you want to think about that. But it's because, we have one life, and it's a very multifaceted life with family and work and goals and friendships and travel and all of these things that we want to do. But we seem to talk about them very often in separate ways, as in, like, I go to work and that's one part of my life, and it has nothing to do with this other part of my life that is family or health or fun. And I just don't believe that that's true. I think that all of those facets, they have to interact with each other, and it's virtually impossible to keep them all separate. Like, if I wake up in the morning and my health is failing and I'm not feeling great and I have to go to work, it's going to come with me. That feeling is going to come with me into the workplace, and it's going to impact my relationships there and how I'm producing and all of those things. And vice versa. If my work is very stressful, I'm probably going to be more inclined to bring that feeling home with me as I'm hanging out with my kids, or, maybe I'll be too tired to go for a run or do these things to take care of myself in other ways. So we really love being in people's homes and helping them get organized. But I think that that's the first step of what composed living really means to me, and what we hope to share with our listeners and our followers and our clients, really just anyone who will pay attention. And so finding ways to use this organizational toolkit to structure the rest of our lives in a way that feels wonderful to each of us. And everybody's probably going to have a slightly different variation of what that means. For me, there's so many things that I truly value in my life and that I'm really grateful for. And I feel like I use my organizational skill set to make sure that I keep those things in the balance that I want them to be in, and that nothing is falling to the wayside. And just some of those things are, like, I have my marriage, it's extremely important to me, my kids, my extended family, my friendships, my own spirituality and personal growth, my own education, finances, career. I'm a very goal-oriented person, so setting goals for myself in my career, these are all of the things that help me feel whole and happy. And I think if any one of them were missing, or I wasn't paying enough attention, my life it wouldn't feel how I want it to feel, and I wouldn't feel um, as wonderful and sort of calm's not quite the right word, but there's something very soothing about knowing that you have all of the parts of your life that you want to be there in this sort of like beautiful equilibrium. And maybe it is calming to know that. It certainly is the opposite of stressful, whatever that word is. And that's really what we want to be talking about and helping people to achieve. So your home is the first part of that. Getting your home in order is, it feels like the easiest win. Especially if you hire Composed Living to come help you, then it's definitely easy. But once your home is in order, you can use that same skill set of like, how do I look at my life as a whole? What do I really want to experience while I'm on this planet? And how can I organize myself day by day, month by month, year by year to make sure that I am feeling everything I want to feel, that I'm experiencing everything I want to experience. And, you know, that's it. That's how you compose the life of your dreams, right? Figure out what it is that it's going to take. What are the categories or subsets of your life that are the most important to you? And what would feel wonderful to see happen in each one of those areas? So I usually start, instead of doing like a New Year's resolution, Chad and I will sit and we talk about what those areas of our life are that are the most important to us. And then we set either goals or even like a feeling around each of those things. An example of that, where it's maybe not a goal, but more of a feeling, is, our marriage is something that we want to always keep in focus. And one of the words that we both described as wanting to experience was playful. And, it's such a short, easy thing. It's not like a measurable goal necessarily, but keeping in mind that we both want our marriage to feel playful is so helpful throughout the year. And then we organize our lives and our days and date nights around things that will help us to feel that way. And so you can do this really with any category: your finances, career, kids, dating, friendships, whatever. Figure out how you want to feel. And then, it's pretty easy from there. Just make a little to-do list. I love a to-do list. I shouldn't say it's easy, but it makes it easier when you're very clear on what it is that you want to experience. And then you can find ways to get organized and hold yourself accountable to make sure that that life happens for you. Anyway, I hope that that was clear. If it's not, just keep listening. We'll talk about it over and over again in a million different ways. And you can also check out our website. We have a guide that I believe is called 30 Days to Composing the Life of Your Dreams, something similar to this. Adriana, our wonderful podcast producer, will put the actual title of that and a link to it in the show notes. It's a free download. Check it out. It just kind of walks you through the steps of what I'm doing to really compose the life that I want to be living. And hopefully it'll inspire you and give you some tips towards doing the same for yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.